So it's you guys can use that. Peak week for the three of us in Taiwan. A little bit of a super typhoon, and it's been really windy, and the cars, the streets. Also, we're beside an airport. That's pretty interesting. So we're just going to the convenience store, get some food, get some water, some of the usual necessities here. Ideally, we're not supposed to be getting any more steps. Yun talaga. Gotta get a little bit of activity to get the stuff. Not the shortest walk in the world, but at least we have food. I think just get the vacuum sealed chicken breasts. They're all here. Lifesaver in Taiwan, always. Just stock up on it, man. Yeah, we're back from the convenience store. A little bit of a grocery haul. I think Jacob already did his. Mine's gonna be a bit less interesting. Here, let me show you guys. Okay, bread, obviously. And then we have like noodles, because I really like my noodles, and they're a bit easier to prep than rice. Sauces. This is a barbecue sauce. I guess it's more like the yakiniku sauce, which I do use a lot, of a different brand. Chicken powder. I think this is chicken powder. It might be vegetable based, but yeah, more sodium stuff. And then these ones, actually, a weird thing. I just like my dried plums, and I think most people don't. But these are like my favorite intro workout, super high sodium thing. Bit of an acquired taste, maybe it's just because I'm Chinese or something. We also got the chicken breast, the vacuum sealed ones. Whatever we found there, we kind of just finished all of it. Yeah, emergency rations. Also got some frozen shrimp, some frozen squid, and interesting. Can you guys see it? Stewed egg whites. So that's an extra emergency protein source. Obviously some water, monster, and black coffee, and yeah, that's it. Alright guys, now that we're settled in and we've had a little bit of food, I feel so much better, guys. We've been having a stressful day. Actually, it's been a stressful 2 days. Okay, so yesterday we found out that our flight got cancelled. So we had an option to move to a different airline earlier, or stick to the same airline, I think, but the day after. And of course, we decided to go with the earlier flight, just because we didn't want to have to come in so late the next day, then have to settle in and everything before the show. So this was scary, still stressful on our end, because we didn't know if this new flight that we booked from a different airline would have still gotten cancelled. Thankfully it didn't, and we're here, all settled in almost. I think like 60, 70, 80%. We found a convenience store. It's around like a 5-minute walk away, so it's not too bad. I think there are some gyms in the area which we still have to scout. Initially we planned to lift, but that's just, I don't think that's gonna happen. We dealt with like a lot more fatigue today than any of us expected. Finding food was a bit of a struggle. The convenience store is okay if you're just looking for emergency stuff, but to be honest, I think I really need to find a supermarket here. There are some nearby, not really walking distance, so we might have to take an Uber. Hopefully once we do get to a supermarket, we can get our meat, our veggies, some more consistent carb sources, the things that we're more used to. This is almost purely just our emergency rations here, just in case the super typhoon gets pretty bad, or just in case we find ourselves stuck in this apartment for a weird reason. Just walking you guys through the plan, which let me just double check. I have to write my own plans because I'm self-coaching my ass. So we just came from a 7-day dig, full heavy hard digging. I went down from around like 1,700-ish calories down to around 1,500, actually 1,500 and below, like 1,500 was my ceiling. I know it might seem low, but that's not that low for me. That's right around my low end based on my previous preps. Wanted to push extra fat loss there, just guaranteed fat loss coming into this peak week. And then around 10,000 to 12,000 steps. I think I landed on average around like 11,200. So that was more activity than usual. On a usual day, it's around 8,000. Sometimes I'll hit 10,000, but that's not like an everyday thing. After that 7-day dig, we started walking calories back up. Actually, I went straight into a 2,000 calorie day at around 300 to 350 carbs. That was really just to get me back into sanity, because after that 7-day dig, I just really did not know how I felt. Like I couldn't, I was lifting, but I couldn't really get a pump. I was moving around, walking around, wasn't really sure where we were going, spacing out, and I just didn't feel right. So I ended up, I think I wanted like 300 carbs almost early on until maybe like 2 or 3 days out, and then that's when I would make an increase. But on that one day after the dig, really needed to feel human again. I think I ended up with 340 carbs for that day. That was on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Today, that's we're going around like 1,900 calories, much less steps, and we're sticking it to around like 300 carbs. And then tomorrow, most likely gonna be a 400 carb day, followed by 300 to 350 carbs on Friday, depending on whether I feel flat or full. Training, we've just been sort of on a deload. Same thing, I kind of wanted to push more with the lifts, but I really just didn't feel so good after that dig. I mean, I felt good with how I looked, but I didn't feel good mentally and physically. Like things just didn't, I wasn't feeling any more pumps. I wasn't feeling performance gains. I felt like by training harder, that would have been detrimental for my physique. So at this point, just some deload sessions. Already done with push, already done with pull. Very light leg training yesterday. Today will be a rest day, and then maybe Thursday and Friday, that's gonna be some chill workouts. I think I'm gonna do a kind of a decent push day, and then for Friday, it's gonna be a light whole day plus some arms and delts, and then we go into show day. This is essentially what I'm doing this peak week. Fairly basic. This is going to be my first peak of the season though, so hopefully it goes well. I have been testing quite enough variables. I can only hope that at this point we find what we need in terms of like supplies. Like hopefully we can find the right meat, sauce, carb source, vegetables that we usually have, just to make sure that how we peak is as consistent as we want it to be. Alright, that's it. And then definitely we'll do something on the show day if we have the time or if we have the energy to do it. If it's not too stressful for us, or you know, we don't even know if we're allowed to bring cameras and stuff. So hopefully we can. Alright, see you guys.